Adjective. Something you don't want to be. Example. He ran from the fight. He's a bake. Similar words. Weird. Unreliable. Being fake. Scary. Fronting. Lying and trash.
And we back, episode 2 of the
Episode
No
2.
Bake Zone podcast. Thank y'all for checking out that first episode. But we got a lot more shit for y'all today. I am Way J, Coach Way if you're nasty. And I got my boys with me in here tonight. Talk to them.
It's your boy, overly dedicated Odie.
And it's your favorite uncle, Uncle John. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got that favorite uncle, and I am him.
And I am your boy Official Juice, just to make sure everything goes accordingly, man. We got some shit for y'all today. We got some shit for y'all today.
So we got I don't know about y'all, man, but I know for me, you know, that Republican National Convention, I wouldn't do it off the strength, but if they paid me a little bit, I'm up there singing, man. I'm up there singing like my boy Jack Brewer.
What is your number?
Hey,
what is your number?
You know what? Give me low ball. Give me about $150K, and I'm be up there like Jack Brewer talking like my mama said. My mama always told me when the Lord starts to knocking, when the blood, the devil keeps on counting. Like, hey, 150, man. You know, the Republicans freed the slaves. We got what else he say? Frederick Douglass was a Republican.
Listen,
man, give me 150. Hey, bring the suitcase over, man, and I'm with it. I'm with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Jack Brewer, get your bag, dog.
So 150.
That's what I'm saying.
Look,
150.
You know what? That's a realistic number, but I guarantee you, somebody walked in here with a briefcase of 150 bands. Y'all taking it. And y'all gonna read that fucking prompter and be happy.
But at the same time, you also have to consider who these people are and how much money they have. So I know you can come up with more. You gonna lowball me off the top?
Look, I'm being realistic, and 150 can say I could take 150 and flip that.
That's the most they gonna offer me.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
the most they gonna offer you.
How much you think you gonna get?
I can't do it, man. Sorry, I can't do it. I can't. I know I missed.
Hold on. When you say can't do it, $0. You can't do it for nothing. Or
I can't sell out like that. To me, I can't do it. I know
I'm gonna be niggas be lying like a motherfucker.
Hey,
oh,
man,
God, niggas be lying.
See YouTube. This is where you become a bake. You know what I'm saying? This is where I'll be the bake in the room. I'll take the bake cap
for lying.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not lying. I can't do it, man. No, seriously. You know, I feel like you know, speaking for Trump. I mean, he represents a whole lot more than just any old president, you know what I mean? Like, or just voting for a Republican. He represents, you know, a lot of racism, you know, a lot of classism, elitism. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot when you go into that Republican National Convention, and I can't take that on, brother.
Okay, so if you would have asked me the same question this day last week, I would have said 200K. Maybe 300 and lifetime speaking roles on Fox News, paid lifetime speaking roles on Fox News. And listen, I'll be up there. Black people need to stop shooting each other, because at the end of the day, you know, if I could tell some truth and it make everybody happy, pay me. But until my nigga Trumpito went to
them tweets,
Kenosha, and the tweets.
Wow,
them tweets.
So
man.
I'm a moderate too. I'm no Democrat. I'm no Republican. I'm in the middle. I'm a 2A, so Second Amendment advocate. I like guns. So we know what side rock with that. But when you start inciting war, civil war, and I know who you trying to go against, then I got to use my guns for my people. You know what I mean? So I got to protect my people. So selling out is one thing, but when somebody's talking about annihilation or war at any cost,
what do you say?
I mean, basically it was like, you know, civil wars. We're in a civil war, but like when you start using civil war as the president and you're already so divisive.
So are you saying that you? So I'm confused.
War.
Are you saying that you would or you wouldn't take the money to speak at the?
So as of today, it's a hell no because of the inciting. But last week, before before Trump started saying that like it was a war of races, you know, 250.
I think the bake tide is flipped, so that means there's 2 against and 1 for.
You can't listen.
He bacon.
Listen.
It's okay.
Listen, at the end of the day,
Bacon.
at the end of the day, we all have a price. Now, whether that price is realistic, or not, that's what should be debated.
No
I'm
lie.
trying to give
That's
a
the
realistic
reality.
He gave a
number.
realistic number.
Yes, 150. That's realistic. But if somebody came in here and said, "Hey, I'll give you $1 million," your ass is on that fucking stage. Stop lying.
No, see that's
God in
you can,
heaven.
ain't nobody. So what I'm saying, you got a president that just spewed out his mouth and said he compared shooting a black man, a police officer shooting an unarmed black man, to a golfer choking on a golf course. Like it's not that bad, man. I mean, you can't have those things happen, but I mean, people choke. Like
Yes.
like George Floyd getting choked.
Yes.
Was just something, like a little fluke, but don't worry about it. You just spill it, pick
Right.
that up.
I'm not, and I
That's
would
a wild
never.
So you
nigga
can
overall.
represent that. You can get on there and sing a song and say, God bless America and God
Hey,
bless Trump.
and-
I mean,
this
the
is
DNC
another-
ain't too much better though.
Thank you. And-
because all they gonna tell you is you're a victim and you need our help.
Right.
You need our handouts to
Right.
keep you going. So
And from another perspective,
I don't
it's
think
not.
that's what
I'm
they
not.
say.
I'm not getting on that stage for myself. Like I said, I plan to take that 150 and flip that thing. So this is not about me. It's about my family. This is about like a free 150 on top of my salary, on top of all the other shit I got going on. This man, we talking about being able to make something
okay,
happen.
so what you up
and that's
there
being
saying,
realistic.
though? So what you up
I
there
respect
saying?
that. I
Man,
respect
shit,
that.
they can write the
Because-
prompter. They write it. Whatever y'all need me to say,
Nah,
he
nah,
said a
nah,
150,
nah,
man.
nah,
For
nah,
150,
nah,
y'all
Write the
do
prompter
whatever
and
y'all
give me my
want.
shit cash.
So
Oh,
you,
man.
you
I
for
feel
sale for 150? Listen,
I don't believe that. I don't, and that's another thing too. I'm not sold on the other candidates. I'm not sold on Kamala and them. I don't give a fuck about
I hear
them.
you. I
But
hear
you
you.
know
Shit.
what you know about Trump, though.
And what I can say is that we've survived these last 4 years.
Yeah, it's been fucked up, but
It's
at the
been
same,
fucked up,
you
man.
have no
But
idea.
we
the
here.
most
You
you can
have,
say
so
is
at the end
we
of the day,
surviving.
I've
what about
been
all the
doing
people that
great.
have died, though? You
Hey,
survived,
man.
but what about all the people that
John,
died?
I'm worried
How
about
many
my
people
family, man.
died
No
during
disrespect.
Overall,
No disrespect.
I
I gotta worry
respect
about my
that. I
kids.
respect,
You have-
I respect
you-
how any man feels. I respect. Well, let me not say that. I respect how most people feel. You know what I mean? When you have everybody's entitled to their own position. But I feel like taking the money from me personally, it would be short sighted, because I can say something like, it's for me or for my family or whatever the case may be. But I feel like in the long term, having Trump in office for another 4 years is gonna affect your family. He already got you in a country where you can't go to the store without a mask on. Well, we could have prevented that. We could have done things to get ahead of that. You know what I mean? So I feel like
Yeah.
it's gonna have a direct effect on your family. You know
No
what I mean?
doubt. Trump has dropped the ball on a lot of things. I don't think that the guy has done anything well, if I'm being honest. He has not done anything well. But with that being said, I have to also try to keep in mind, like, what are these people going to do? They have not got up there and promised us
They haven't.
anything.
We had 8 years
They
of
have
Obama,
not got,
and we got nothing.
I ain't going
At
to
the-
disrespect
yeah.
Obama. I think, you know what I mean? I love Obama, but if I'm being
for what
honest,
it is, but yeah.
correct. But at the end of the day, they ain't got up there and said nothing that sounds good to me. If Kamala and Biden got up there and said something good, then I would come on. Then
Let's
I'll
be real though. It's black people's fault because we asked for nothing. All you got to do is have hot sauce in your purse. we rock with you.
Oh, he put hot sauce on this chicken.
Hey, she was at the
He's a
the
real
verses.
nigga.
Oh, she fucked with Monica and Brandy.
my God.
Oh, that
Oh,
my
my
vote.
God.
No.
I think when you got to choose the lesser of two evils, you got to go with what you know.
But
And
what's,
at the end of the
what's
day,
the lesser?
So
one
what
hates
we
you
know
over-
is
hold on,
Trump.
Okay,
We
hold
just
on.
said we know Trump.
So to me, the lesser of two evils, you got Obama's partner about to come in. When Obama
don't
was
know
in
what that
office,
nigga doing.
hold on. When Obama came into office, there was a deadly disease, an infectious disease that came over into this country.
What was that called?
It was called Ebola, and it did not spread the same way that this virus did. I'm not saying that it's not a different virus, but I think Obama's party and not me say Obama, his cabinet, and meaning his partner Joe Biden, they did a better job than what Trump has done.
For sure.
Our economy was in a better position.
For sure.
They stopped this
okay,
infectious diseases and stuff like that from spreading like that.
I'm not
So
knocking that.
I'm saying like black people don't necessarily, and that's another thing that goes around. People always say black people only go for the Democratic National Party, but we've always been on the side of lesser evil. Do we think that Abraham Lincoln was great or all these things or didn't have no racist tendencies? Nah. But the man at least was down to free slaves, so we got to rock with him.
Quickly,
you know what I'm saying?
though.
We black people ain't never going to be committed to either one for the longest. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's still a trick though, because at the end of the day, some of the most successful race of people in America don't even involve themselves in politics. Asian people, they got the liquor stores, they move economies without even voting. You don't see too many Asian candidates.
Right.
They don't care. They just care about making the bread.
Right.
We don't need people for nothing. We stop asking for handout. Just give us bread and give us room to grow. So that's why I'm a moderate. That's why I'm in between. But for Wayman's point, for me to sell out my people, 30 million, 35.
Come on, man.
And
like, now you good.
So let's be a little bit.
Man,
Let's crank it up just a little bit.
You're not being realistic.
33 million, and
yo, what we can say, who we can say would never get up there, man, and who would
my milk and
always
magnesia,
and who would always hold down the black people, man, is a dog, Chadwick Boseman, man.
Man.
For real.
Shout out, hey,
I agree
rest in
with
peace
that.
to the Black
Man,
Panther, man. Like,
Rest
you
in
know,
peace.
that
Condolences
dude
to his family.
all the way. And at the end of the day, you know what I mean, like I continue to say, having sons, man, it's you know, I having to explain that to them, you know. Like, it wasn't that because they watched him quote unquote die in the movie, right? He can't end up coming back.
That's true.
But now it's like, oh, he's a real
He's gone
person.
for real. Yeah, I hear you.
Like,
I hear
when
you.
he asked me if he's a real person, that's like dang, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that is different, you know? Like,
Absolutely.
yeah.
A lot of people don't actually like just see it that way. You know, they just see the glory and all of that. And then you also got to consider, it's like when Black Panther came out, a lot of people was praising him, but not to this extent. All of a sudden now he going and it's, oh, you know, Black Panther, yeah, you was that one. You did.
I think it's the respect, because for
Very
him to be
understandable.
going through
Very
cancer
understandable.
and say nothing,
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
shocking
that's
to
big.
the world.
That's big.
And as a celebrity in today's world, it's so easy to want. Look at, you know, people look for attention for everything. If he would have announced that at any point, the world would have stopped for him. You know what I mean? There would have been banners. He would have been on every show. He would have been praised and while living. So for him to take that to the grave with him, I respect him as a man, because I know he just wanted to work and live. Like, he didn't want any kind of extra fame, and I respect that. Like,
First I want to just say, man, like, condolences to Chadwick Boseman, man. You inspire me, King. Like Odie was saying, you know, a lot of people is coming out and saying things now that they know that he went through, but did you give him your flowers while while they can still smell them? I definitely did, man. I posted some videos in 2018 when Black Panther first came out about how the video affected me. I think that it hits a really close with me just because I went through the process of watching somebody die of cancer and go through that as gracefully as you possibly can. You know, watching my dad go through it from 2004 to 2005. You know, and kind of doing the same thing. He had a song that he would always sing to us, "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina." He was just basically trying to deflect as much attention to what his ailment or what he was trying, or going through, and keep the focus on the work and keep the focus on the kids and things like that, man. So it's tough, man. He inspired me so much just by the roles that he played. But the fact that he made me more proud and gave me more stories and more backbone as a black man with the things that the roles that he played and how he portrayed them while he was fighting cancer, he's more of a superhero than the actual character that he played. He's more superhero than anybody that's a part of the Marvel universe to me in real life. He's a real life superhero to do that.
no, the fact he died on Jackie Robinson's day was crazy too.
Man, and ain't that wild?
Yeah,
ain't
that was
wild?
It was wild.
Yeah, that's insane, man. I feel real bad for
Okay,
this
so
lady too.
with that, how do you guys feel about like all the parents doing like the little Black Panther funerals for
I was corny like that, so I like when Goku died, nigga, in
shit.
DBZ. Oh man, my mama had to take me to go get some ice cream. No lie, moms had to take me to.
But that was self-induced, right? Like you were watching TV and were sad. they, you know, it's like phone out, like
circle around the Black Panther.
Put him all. And it's like he died in real life, guys. It was like what?
Yeah,
and he's crying. Your kid's crying, and it's like,
I don't know, man.
Oh,
I would never do that.
Rest in peace, Chadwick.
I would never do that. If my kids had an idea, you know what I mean, I would do it with them. You know what I mean? Like, if they lost they rabbit at school and they wanted to bury it in the backyard, put it in the shoebox, we gonna do that. But I'm not going to sit up here and say, hey guys, look at this. Do you want to have a?
Oh, you're not going to tell them to do it. But if he came up with it, okay,
yeah, because that's another problem I have. You know, we're gonna talk about this another day probably, but you know, with parents is allow your kids to have that freedom to be a kid. You know what I mean? Stop trying to make them like on Halloween. They out here being you know, grown-ups, Cardi B and you know what I mean? Like, allow your kids to be Spider-Man, be Batman.
Let them wear Spider-Man to their birthday.
Yeah,
that Dior fit lasts one time,
like, come
mama.
on. They out here like, you know.
I understand.
One of my best
hidden.
friends,
them EDD scams hidden. But
man, one of my best friends, like, you know, got they kids a Burberry outfit for their first birthday. No disrespect. If
that's
you got it,
birthday fit in
live
the
it.
hood. That's first birthday.
That's first birthday fit in the hood. Hey, that's the hood classic.
If you ain't got the Burberry on, your child didn't turn one. What you mean?
They still look. They just
not in the city. Right?
Look, they 13 months. They 13 months.
Yeah, you don't get to say one unless they
26.
I
had a 26 monther.
I had the Oshkosh Bagash.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too. Yeah.
I don't know how these kids be living this life.
Man, Children's Place, man. Shout out to Children's Place, man.
Hey, no, hold on.
Used to be expensive.
Hey, no, hey. See,
now they got deals now. Coupons.
I was a Gap baby.
Real quick, off topic, real quick. What about DZ Discovery Zone? Y'all remember that?
Life. Kids don't understand.
They never.
This jump shit, like trampoline,
man.
They don't know.
What?
They don't know.
The little roller thing, you had the little roller slide. You had to try and walk up that bitch.
Kids down the slide because they in your way. Like
Oshkosh. You know what I'm saying? That's all I know.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Burlington Coat Factory.
Straight up. Yo, so have y'all seen that that all that stuff that was going on with Sade and Janae Aiko? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw that.
So you know what hit me was when Nas hit Doja Cat.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, yo, like Doja, you know, you can't to
Doja
me,
Cat 6'9",
she is a bake.
So
Doja Cat is a bake. Like that is some bake shit.
Hold on.
That is some bake shit, man.
That's definitely bake shit, but is she really?
No. Okay. Before the snitching, right? When you just do everything for clout, right? 6ix9ine's career was for clout.
Oh no! Oh,
so
hold on. My bad. I thought you meant like she was 6'9" in height. Like that's what.
No.
I got you. Touche.
My
bad.
Doja just does everything for clout. So they had her twerking on racist white video, like on racist chat lines, talking about like I'm your nigger slave, like hard ER. No,
I think I heard about that too.
That was Doja's whole downfall. Is like she's been cooning and then also speaking on having black features and calling them negative while being on racist chat lines.
If I'm not mistaken, so Nas's issue with her was because I believe she made a statement about her hair, and she talked about the grade. You know how the hair, the corset he has different grades.
She used a number. What was the number?
I can't remember the number. I'm
like
sorry,
a 9B or something.
I'm sorry. YouTube
Y'all
about I don't
niggas are
remember the
blowing my
number.
mind right now. Wait, what?
But yeah, she basically said
she
like
said her
was
shit's
talking
fucked up.
and talking about people with that grade of hair. You know like how bad it is to have it or that type of life, you know, with that type of hair and all my sisters hopped on her head, you know what I mean? Because that's our hair, you know what I mean? That's a battle we've been fighting in America for a long time. So I thought it was crazy. Nas has been no doubt, Nas has been part of a lot of dope ass moments in hip hop recently, you know what I mean? And for him to come out with the Doja Cat line, Doja Cat to respond. I remember the J. Cole thing he had. Apology to Nas or sorry.
Nas down.
Yeah, I let Nas down, and then Nas came with a response. Nas has been part of some real dope. So shout out to Nas, shout out to Escobar. You know what I'm saying for the dope moments in hip hop. But yeah, I definitely
culture king for sure. Yeah.
How do y'all feel? About people? Because you know you got people like Evelyn Lozada, right? She made a comment recently talking about basically saying that she hates when people tell her that she tries to act black, and she says she's offended because she doesn't even consider herself black.
Trash.
You know
Hold
what
on,
I'm saying?
who is this?
Evelyn Manzota.
The
So
little
she used,
basketball wife.
yeah, she was a
Self-hate is
basketball
bad.
wife. She used to date Chad Ochocinco.
Oh,
Shout out
okay,
to
okay.
Chad.
And she said she's
Way to use your
African.
head.
The NBA.
Way to use your head, Chad.
Nah, we not promoting no domestic violence.
Listen, man, he got out of there. All I'm saying is he got out of the relationship, man. That was a
He
smart move.
headbutted her, Wayman.
Way to use your head, Chad.
He
But
headbutted her, baby.
I listen, man. I don't know nothing about that. I believe that as far as diaspora,
Allegedly.
man. Right, allegedly. You gonna believe her? I believe Chad. Chad didn't. But anywho,
That's another story for another time.
You know what I'm saying? I just
DV is
believe
no
that
good.
that as black people, we got to do a better job, man, of accepting all shades. And with that being said, like even with I have friends who are Nigerian, and I tried to have a conversation with them about the difference between black and African American, because they say they're African American, but at the end of the day, like, why can't we all just be black? You know what I mean? If you love our culture, if you listen to our music, you wear chains and you listen to rap music, why not just run with black?
But black. Okay, so some people feel like calling yourself black, right, is limiting or trying not to say that you're African, right? Because at the end of the day, black comes from Africa, right? So,
Everything does.
Okay, but
all y'all from
but
Africa.
So
all y'all.
every human life comes from Africa, right? But we have points of evolution. So let's start at the points of evolution, right?
Sure.
So we classify people as Asian, we classify people as Caucasian from the Caucasus Mountain, and African. Because at the end of the day, black is African. Because you could be black in Brazil, you could be black in so many countries. But what is black at the end of the day?
That's what I'm saying.
It's,
There's black Germans, there's black Cubans,
but they're all
there's
African.
black Puerto Ricans.
But
Correct.
what are they all?
Correct. So that's my point, Odie.
Okay.
Why can't we all unify as black? Why do we have to say,
Because-
I'm Cuban, I ain't black?
because you gotta
or,
understand-
I'm Nigerian American, I ain't black? Or why can't we all just be black?
I think
Why can't we be African?
I don't because you have people like me. I have no ties to Africa.
Never been to
Your
Africa a day
skin
in
is
my life.
tied to Africa all the way.
That's 400 years removed, Odie.
Bro. So you think your lineage is only 400 years? That's the problem with black people in America. Is
No.
they only believe that they're American. So that means that your family are only slaves.
But
Yes.
no,
From
but,
it-
but,
that's
but,
not true,
But,
though.
listen,
That is
but,
true.
but with that being said, we don't actually know for sure.
That's a nod to that's a disrespect to your other ancestors who came
Before
that.
the 400 years?
Before that,
I-
and,
but so
and
what I'm-
you have them.
Of course. And I'm not trying to disrespect them, but what I'm saying is that at that 400-year mark, let's just go back to 100 years ago.
Okay.
Let's go back to 60 years ago.
Okay.
Our people fought to be called black. Our people, we came from Africa, but I don't speak the language. I don't eat the food.
Okay.
I don't wear the clothes. At my wedding, I had what I thought was a traditional black wedding.
Okay.
I don't have no ties to Africa. So why would I associate myself with them? Why can't we all just unify? We can have our different cultures. We can have Afro beats. We can have trap soul. We can have all these different types of cultures and just group it as black. But to say it's African, I have no ties to Africa.
But see, I think what the problem is, like when you go to these other cultures like Afro-Latino or African, you have island culture or Caribbean culture, people that may not necessarily call themselves black. A lot of us do understand them. A lot of the Afro-Latinos do consider themselves black. I've seen that too. A lot of the
Yes.
Caribbean people, I've seen that too, where they do fall under that they understand
Our
what we
culture.
created right here in America. And coined the term black. I know they had Negro in other places, but we coined the term black here.
Yes.
And as people that don't know their past or don't know their history and don't know you're Ghanaian and you're Nigerian and all that, we created something here and called ourselves black. We're
Yes.
black. And at the end of the day, that's what we all connect to. But I think where other parts of the diaspora have a problem is they feel like black connects them to something that takes them away from something else. You know what I mean? So they don't consider themselves black because black is something that's like the way to identify an African in America.
Which is negative.
You know what I mean?
That's where
I don't know if it's
dangerous.
necessarily what they mean negative, but I feel like they may think that it is taken away from their culture because although like a Dominican, they have the same process that we did. They were taken from Africa and then dropped off to where they were, and they created a brand new culture right there in that country.
Right.
The same thing we did here, but their culture is more defined. Dominican culture, black culture, it has a lot of ambiguity to it. Black culture has like what is black culture? What would you consider American black culture?
Okay, I don't like that either though, because a lot of people do that, right? They try to say that black Americans don't have culture, right? But
I didn't say they don't.
No,
I said
no.
I didn't. That's not what I
to
said.
answer
I
your
didn't
question,
say. I didn't. Hold on. I did not say that black Americans don't have culture. I said that our culture is it's something like, how do you define it? Like when you go down to some of the Caribbean places, they'll show you they have certain dances, they have certain events.
But
that happen.
hold on,
they have certain carnival and things like that.
We have
but
events
that's why
as well.
I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it's seen as being negative. All of our culture is seen as being negative, right? And we try to run away from it, and that was the problem with the civil rights movement. Even right, we try to denounce our culture that we have established because we've been here as long as the Dominicans have been in the Dominican Republic, right? As long as the Puerto Ricans have been there, the Jamaicans, we've all got here around the same time, right? So jerk chicken and Southern fried chicken, same shit.
But it's okay. Is Los Angeles? Let me ask you this then: is Los Angeles black man culture the exact same as Tennessee man?
But where your grandma come from?
Hold on, no. Because
it's different. It's different twangs to it. But you know, at the end of the day, we all eat soul food.
Where your grandma come from?
You know, Louisiana. We all eat soul food.
Mississippi.
My grandma from Arkansas.
It's the South. So
at the end of the day, from inception,
that is the origin.
I don't think everybody would see it that way, though. There's no one way that black people think. That's what I'm saying, and I feel
but
like
that's a falsehood, though. Like because we want to.
What that all black people don't think the same?
No,
you think all black people think the same?
We don't.
I don't think it's
though.
three. I don't think between us three we all think the
that's
same.
where we don't have the cohesion, right? We don't want to. We want to be different, right? But other cultures are like, we're different, but at the end of the day, we're the same because that similarity gives us strength in numbers, right? That's our problem is we don't want to play by those strength in numbers rules. We want to be divisive and be different, and we'll never rise that way. So us not embracing our culture that we have, although it's slave culture, you know what I mean? If we don't embrace it,
I think we moved past slave culture.
Not really. But
I'm not saying that slave
collard greens is slave culture.
Yeah.
Pork is slave culture.
Because we ate collard greens because
That's all we
it
had.
was leftovers.
Yeah.
So
but that's not all that black people do. We don't just only eat soul food. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. I got a question. Go ahead and
Africans in America are extremely diverse.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
So there's no one type of way that black people eat. Because in my household, I didn't eat a whole lot of soul food. Does that make me less black? Have I eaten soul food? Yes. But does that make me less African American that I didn't eat as much soul food as someone else? Like
no, not
so
at
I'm saying
all.
like there's no one way that we think, and there's no one way that we eat. There's no one way that we do anything.
All right, look at this though. A little lighter. When we thinking about black culture, back in the day, you know, women weren't able to work.
Okay.
Right. Now women are right here with us.
I think I know where you're going.
You know, they right here with us. You know what I mean? And with that, and they want to be, and they strive to be, and they should be, right? So here's my question: Who's picking up the tab on the first date?
Oh shit!
Well,
dum dum dum.
I mean, obviously, traditionally, we pick up the tab on the first date.
Who started this tradition? Who?
I think
chauvinism.
I'm gonna say that
chauvinism.
Hold on, yeah, I guess chauvinism. But
and how much money should be spent on that first date?
Oh shit!
I think it's
about to get real.
Well, I'll just say this. I'll say where I believe that men picking up the tab on the first day started, and then we can go from there. I'll say this. I believe that men were the only ones that are allowed to work early in. I can only speak on American culture, but in America from the jump, women were in the house. They were relegated to only being in the home.
Okay.
So obviously, a man taking a woman on a date was going to naturally happen because most women didn't make income.
Right.
But your question is saying that we've moved on, correct?
Correct.
Because women's, they
make more money than us.
So is it still chivalrous to pay, or should we not have a culture shift? Should we not have a shift in that culture? Like, should women, if you're making the same amount of wages, or even more, Why should men always pick up the first tab?
Man, I ain't dated in a long time. But what I can tell you is that, hey, baby, listen, we ain't getting no steak and lobster on this first date. I want to get to know you. I don't even know your last name.
That's
We gonna
real.
go grab this Go-Gurt. You know what I'm saying? not yo fro. We gonna go get this Go-Gurt from Ralph's. You know what I'm saying?
Have a conversation.
And we gonna walk it out. You know what I'm
Have a
saying? Like, why we
conversation.
can't just go walk somewhere, man?
nigga said
And
Go-Gurt.
let's talk. Like, why do? Because I mean, I hear. A lot of my friends, man, they take a girl, the yellow tailored towel, and they do all they do all
And
this
then never
stuff,
heard
man.
from her again at that
And,
point.
and the girls, and you know what I mean, and the girls just run off and live life like, he took me to tower. Man ain't getting no nothing. Like, is sex on the table at the first date? Like, what's
Odie,
up?
So-
Odie, hold on, and Odie. So I want you to give your answer with this preference right
Okay.
here. This is the one though. This is Instagram. This is the
her.
one you've been waiting on. You know what I'm saying? You putting you want her. This is that one.
Listen.
Won't hurt.
Are you going to towel or are you going to that level ever? Even for that one.
So, if we going out in public, first of all,
In public? Like, that's a hell of a starter.
if we going out in public,
Yeah,
like
that's
the
it.
movies ain't public, we can do that.
Talk
But if
to
we
me
going
nice.
out in public, where I could see some people that I know, and you could too, then I've already said that I'm willing to drop because I see
Okay.
potential.
The potential. Understandable.
But with me being willing to drop, I'm also trying to establish gender roles. You know what I mean? So if I'm dropping and I become the man of the situation, I'm opening doors, then when it becomes my turn, I'm looking for you to be the lady of the situation. So there's no
I love it.
There's no limit on our first date. Dinner, movies, some adventure. We could do all of that.
Yeah.
I could leave out of there 300 down, but I want $300 worth of meals.
You understand?
You understand?
And that's
So
that's
so
mandatory.
being a lady,
Not
hold
just
on,
meals.
being a lady
Me-
is letting somebody else pay. That's what it is to be a lady.
No.
You said we establishing gender roles. So I mean, because my thing is, I don't understand it. Is because I mean, I've always was taught, with more power comes more responsibility.
Okay.
And I feel like
But that's not the case, John.
what you mean?
Who's
Go ahead.
powerful in this
Go ahead.
situation, though?
Hold on.
So here's the thing. Like, a man is, when it comes to gender roles, I believe that, as of late, women, we know women make just as much, or if not, at
More
least
than
black
black
women.
men, yeah.
Black women make just as much, or if not more than black men, right? So at the end of the day, I can sit up here and I'm giving everything I can. Like, I'm paying these bills, or I'm getting all the groceries, I'm doing all of this, and now I got to come home and cook, or I gotta help clean. Like, or I gotta help do this, only because now you're actually working, but you're banking all that bread. You know what I'm
The
saying?
reality of the situation.
You know what I'm saying? And that is why I'm saying gender roles. Like, I cook, me personally, but my wife, no, I don't do no dishes.
Hello.
Dishes is not my thing. I literally hate to do dishes.
Man.
I don't mind doing laundry, right? Because I like my laundry done a certain way, so I don't mind doing it. But I'm not cleaning the bathroom.
Not mine.
Right? I'm not cleaning the bathroom. So it's, to me, gender roles, man, it's going to vary based upon your relationship. Every relationship is not going to be the same. You're going to have some relationships where a woman only cooks, the man does not cook. It's going to be split 50-50, or the man, or the man pays all the bills and the woman stays at home.
But do you believe
hold on. So paying is tied into gender roles.
Of course.
Okay. So that's why I asked, is being a lady, that mean that you don't pay for that? That's what you're looking for?
That's not realistic
Hold on.
in California.
Real quick.
In California, that's not realistic.
With real gender roles, yes. But in today's, not even just California, in today's world where women aren't just asking, they're actually fighting to be next to us, right? Yeah. To be equal. At some point, because I feel like men lose in the gender role argument because you still got to be a man's man. You got to be tough. You got to pay. You gotta open doors. But then when it comes to the other side, right? It's like, oh, he cooks. He does his own laundry. He cleans his own bathroom. So where do I get, like, the WAP ain't enough, because you know
the WAP comes back.
I'm not a scientist, but
Oh, no, Basil.
you know what I've learned is 6 to 1 is, especially in the black community.
It's a numbers game for sure.
It's a numbers game. Okay. So there's 6 women born to every one straight man, right? So
no, other way. 6 men.
6 women born to every one man.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
So at what point do you start to try to fight for, for our respect as well? Because we're paying for your respect. We double tap and we invite, we take you on a date, we pay, but at what point do we get to get our investments back?
I don't know, man. I don't know if paying is part of gender role. I just believe in something more. I always believe in things being in balance. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how you can love a man or love anybody and the other person spend all their money in y'all relationships when both of y'all make the same amount of money or similar, or you make money and he may even make more. I don't really feel like you can love somebody if you just sitting there watching them struggle or watching them just do everything for the whole team and you don't do anything.
Well,
you know
John, that's not really what we're saying. What the whole thing, yes, it's going to be balanced, right? It's going to be balanced. There's no way around that. Yeah. But with that being said, it's all tied to finances. You know what I mean? Like, because as a man, if your woman has to work and you see her working 40 hours a week like you are, you're going to just if you have a heart, it's gonna be on some like, yo, I'm gonna help her with the kids, I'm gonna help her with the food, but
and I feel like the vice versa should be
right.
If your husband is going to work and working real hard to make that money and bring things in,
correct.
So you should be willing to put
correct.
a little money in here, baby. You need help with this,
correct.
Let me pay
of
this.
Course. Now
I'm willing to put this much, with the rent, and not just sitting back talking about nope. When we go out, you pay for it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When you gonna pay all the rent, you gonna pay everything, and I'm gonna spend all my money on me. I think that's lame.
I overall just feel like it just comes down to the point of if you're in a relationship, everybody or both of y'all should have the actual common knowledge of who has the most money, who is the breadwinner, or who is hurting at that moment. So with that being said, it shouldn't be an argument or I have to ask, hey, can you pay for this or can you do that? You recognize it, so you just take initiative. If I'm down, you got it. If you down, I got it. But on the first date, it depends for me. It depends on who's asking on that first date. 9 times out of 10, the dude is asking for that date. So in my head, you should definitely pay.
Asking for that pussy.
But vice versa. So with that being said, it's gonna have to cost a little bit of effort. Listen, if that's the case. But
and I just want it to be known. Everybody at this table, if it's the one, everybody. I know y'all been out the game for a long time, but I'm just saying I think I have a good enough grasp of y'all personality. If it's that one. I'm talking about that one. You're going to Yellow Tail Towel. Yellow Tail Towel. You get that Yellow Tail.
I'm sitting
everybody here. Y'all can say whatever they want.
Gentlemen traps all day.
I'm telling you, these dudes, they're going to get that Yellow Tail Towel.
I'm sure I've been in group chats like, I thought he was Steakhouse, a gentleman.
Maestros.
He pulled my chair out and he paid for the meal. With a plan, with the plan, and you didn't wash my clothes, so
right.
I moved on.
That's the thing, man. That's the thing. To me, it like I said, it all has to balance out. If I sit up here and I say, hey, I just paid $300 for this, for this meal tonight. You know what I mean? Between getting drinks and appetizers, you like a 3.
It's never counted.
It's
like never counted though. Yeah, that's
meal.
never counted.
You know I'm saying that. Hey, well, I shouldn't that. The thirst should be mutual. I shouldn't have to text you good morning. You could text me good morning as well.
Absolutely.
When we move in together,
help me help you.
Yeah, when we move in together. Everything is going to be split. I'll clean up after myself as best as I can. But if you see I left a sock on the ground, just take it to the room.
Don't
baby.
Crucify me for it, goddamn
it. Take it to the room. It ain't that big of a deal. I'll cook, you hit the dishes. You know, I put my clothes in. You know, I'll wash my own clothes. You wash your own clothes.
We
Like
gonna
everything's
have
gonna have to.
shit another day, cause
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But everything balances out.
I loved Ryan's approach to it though. Like I like what he said when he said if the person that asked for the date should pay for the date. But I think that's something I definitely look for in the dates in the future. Like whether I asked or not, you know, I'm kind of looking at her like, is you ever gonna pull your wallet out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes even a suggestion will help. There's been times where a girl like, you know, suggest on the second or third day, can she pay? And I had already had it in my mind I was gonna pay. I'm feeling good, you know what I'm saying? I got me a fresh fit on. She don't know how good I'm feeling. And I already had it in my mind that I wanted to pay for this date. But she asked, she pulled out like, no, I got it. I'll be like, nah, you good, shorty. Let me.
But your heart flutters.
But hold that though.
I ain't gonna lie. The first date I ever paid on, went to the movies. And in my mind, I was only paying my half. Like that was my plan. So we got there, said the amount. I turned around like, oh, I got it. I got yours. She was like 30 feet behind me. And she was like, you got it. In my mind, I was like, never again. Like, you know, I thought I was gonna like pull the player move. Like, you know, like I got it. She was like, no, you got it. You
Lesson
got it.
learned.
You know?
All right. Yeah. So, like we said in the beginning, this is the no bake zone. So this is we're gonna have a quick little quiz, man. This is called bake
or no bake.
Or no bake. All right. So we're gonna start with boneless chicken eaters. Are they bake or no bake? Boneless chicken
Children.
eaters.
Bake. They are baked.
Bake.
Wait.
Children.
Wait.
First of all, boneless. Do your research.
Boneless wings.
Boneless wings.
Time out.
Come from China and they
Hold on. Time out.
rat meat.
I have not even been able to say bake or no bake. Y'all niggas.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, nigga, that shit no bake on God and
Okay.
heaven.
I know you like
no
niggas,
bone.
nigga.
Hey,
Right.
hey,
know you like
at
that.
some point you've tasted rat. You've tasted rat at some point.
And Odie, you tasted butt, but I'm not judging. I'm not judging at this point.
Maybe I have. No, I'm just.
You know what I'm saying? A chicken head ain't nothing without the bone. You know what I'm saying? A chicken head ain't nothing without the bone. You know what I'm talking about?
I like that answer. I like that answer. You
So
understand?
at this point, Big Dog, official juice, you are the bake.
You are the bake.
I'll take that.
You are
I'll
the
take
bake.
that.
Bone
Whatever.
in
It's
and I
cool,
let her
though.
spin. You understand?
What we got, Coach?
All right,
Oh, man.
bake or no bake. Tony Braxton wishes she had more fun when she was young.
Bake. Because if Hohen wasn't cool in 2020, she would be a winner. She'd be like, I'm a wife. I held out. But because Hohen cool, she like, damn it. I could have been
I missed
Hohen
the fucking
and
train.
I would have been popping.
I missed my hot girl
I would have been
summer.
the queen of hoes.
Before I give my quote, before I give my how I feel about it, here's her quote. I regret not having more sex when I was younger. I should have drank, partied, and smoked more.
Oh,
Yeah, you a
no.
bake.
I mean, I can't knock it, but if for somebody to be gung ho on not doing it, that means she was out holier than thou in the streets. Like, I don't do that.
She blamed religion.
I don't
She
do
said-
that.
Yeah, she blamed religion. She
Okay,
put it on
so
religion.
so I don't do that. So we've all been religious at some point.
Little sin ain't never hurt nobody.
So if you choose to sin and not to sin, then do you do, but don't regret it later.
Right.
So now
Are you less of a Christian now? Like what happened? Because you
She's
did
like
it for religious reasons, so
2020.
you
Talk
believe.
to her.
Amen.
You
Talk to her.
believed back in the day
Hey,
in the
that's
80s
fact.
when you was
That's deep.
unbreak my. You know what I'm saying? When you was,
That's
what was
deep.
she talking about getting unbroke? You know what I'm saying? She made me get broke in.
Yeah,
but
that's the
you know what I'm
thing.
saying. So my question is, are you less Christian today? Like has the religion
Gotta be.
changed? Has the rules changed? I don't know. Ryan, what you think?
Overall, I'm gonna just go ahead and say no.
She's not a bake.
No. Oh no, she's a bake for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
rules ain't changed. Ain't nothing changed.
Okay.
You had the chance to do that. So with that being said, if you wanted to do it, you should have fulfilled your every last moment.
Absolutely.
To where
So she-
once again, now you on the tail end of your shit. Now you like, oh, I definitely should have took that D. Like, nah, nigga, go ahead and do that.
So hold on. She in the oven? Is that 4 bakes?
That's 4 bakes.
4 bakes.
Four of them.
She's
You
a
are-
bake.
She preheated 450.
Tony
preheated.
Braxton, you are a bake. Yo, all right, so next one, bake or no bake. British actors getting Black American roles. Not even like Black hood American roles. Like, I
Give me an
love
example.
Snowfall. I love Snowfall. But, man, you know what? I feel like we could have got We could have got Lamar.
Junebug. You could have got Junebug and fucking Pookie and Larry and all that.
You know, I could have played that role.
Yeah, nigga, come on, man. I would have killed Franklin. I would have killed Franklin, man.
He's
you know
British?
What I'm saying? He, bro,
Yeah, he's no,
heavy
what?
accent.
Not just British,
heavy
like,
accent.
Good day, Mike.
Yo,
like
they said somebody who
That
was
was
who helped him with it?
Dub C.
Dub C.
And yeah, he told a story how Dub C would call him and he's just mimicking his voice like, "Hey, bro." I'm like, ooh, I kind of feel away.
Yeah.
And I understand, like, you got to understand, Hollywood is trying to capitalize. So, British actor from a nobody British actor from
But hold
England
on.
coming here is cheap.
Black Americans have played British people. Black Americans have
American
played
roles.
Jamaicans.
In American roles.
No,
I agree.
No,
I
no,
agree.
no. When Denzel played that
American
British
movie.
role, yeah, it was an American movie, but he was playing a Brit.
But it's an American movie.
What
right?
movie was
So
this?
that's confusing me.
So-
I need to look it up, but I can't say the exact movie. I don't want to misquote, but I know for a fact that Denzel played a British
Oh, for
person
sure.
in a movie.
Will Smith played
and then you got
Nigerian,
people
a
like
bad
Drake.
Nigerian.
Like, so
Oh, he
hold
was
on, what's going
terrible.
on with Drake? One second Drake is from Atlanta, the next second he from
Houston,
Texas.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
The next second
but
he from
Drake is an actor, though.
He's from
so.
he's from
He's an actor.
okay. He's a Canadian actor acting
He's
like
American.
a rapper.
He's still
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes
It's
he acts
all
like a
entertainment.
Jamaican. Sometimes he acts
He's
like
in
a
it too.
British.
Listen,
He's in it too.
when you
He's a
eat
bake
the
too.
rice and
Drake is
peas,
the biggest baker of them all.
sometimes you feel the accent come on when you jerking your rice and peas. I
Hey.
understand.
Hey, my brother.
Shout out
no
no
Jeremy.
bake, Big
Shout
John.
out Idris.
Idris is not a bake. That's my dog.
That's not Idris. We're not talking about
Not
Idris.
his last name is Idris. Jameson Idris is his name.
Yeah.
Are you talking about
I'm
Idris
talking
Elba?
about Idris Elba.
Look,
yeah.
they from the same place.
Elba,
Look,
I was just saying. I don't
British
know.
Africans
Hey.
taking over the
my
actors.
brother Idris.
Man,
Hold on,
y'all-
real quick. What about the dude from All American?
He's British too.
I know he is,
He's
but
British
Hold on,
too.
which one?
From
Yeah,
the main
oh,
character
You're
from Crenshaw.
lying.
Bruh.
You're lying.
All right,
Crenshaw.
real quick,
He got-
real quick.
nah, this is not cool.
It's
Bake.
fake.
Listen to me.
It's
Listen to me.
fake.
Listen to me. There's a
British
video. There's a
I'm from
video.
Crenshaw. Let me play that role.
There's a video where
British
this
gangsters?
nigga. There's a video where he's on a talk show and he's like he switches it on and off. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, so I'm gonna go to the store, and it's like, so I'm gonna go to the store, and it's like he switches it on and off to where.
Bake.
Talent.
Bake.
Let me not.
Actor.
No. Let me
So
not
that
take
means
away
Shaggy
from
is a
talent.
bake too.
Shaggy's Jamaican though.
Shaggy made Jamaican music. I ain't going there.
Shaggy's Jamaican.
He ain't put
He's
on like
American,
a
but
hood.
he's Jamaican, yeah.
LA, and they coming for LA culture. That's the main
Yeah,
thing.
that's what-
Like
that's
why
what
you got
hurts.
like
Go to
why
New
not
York.
go?
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
be
go to New York.
Go try to get a down Atlanta accent.
Nigga,
Shit.
The Wire is from Baltimore, ain't it?
But
Chicago maybe.
Baltimore.
No, I think it's
Baltimore,
Baltimore.
okay.
Be more.
Okay,
Be
so
more.
they did-
But it
they
was
did the East
Idris
Coast
only.
too.
It was
Hey, man.
Idris only, and he wasn't the main character. Let's be
He
real.
was one of them. Y'all
He was in
Hey,
there.
All right,
hey,
so
hold
real
on.
quick, bake or no bake? Where we at with that?
Oh,
What's
that's
the
big.
count?
That's big.
Bake here.
That was 3.
Big bake.
Bake.
Oh, nah, no bake. No bake.
Just because of Idris, it's bake.
Hey.
His boy crush with
shit bake.
Idris just
Hey,
getting
so
allowed.
So,
So this
hey,
bake.
go
That's
ahead,
my
Big
dog.
John. Wear the hat. Wear the hat, Big John. For this
Yep.
right here, you are a bake. A bake. All right, so we got. All right, next one we going on to is Twitter a bake for going after Adele? I don't know if y'all saw Adele had the Beyonce knots on her head. She had the Jamaican
Yeah, man.
top
Yeah, man.
on.
Yeah, fire up.
Everybody. Go ahead.
Shawty lost a lot of weight though. You know what I'm saying? Be wearing a 2-piece.
I thought
Hey,
it was.
hey,
I thought it was
hey.
Katy Perry for sure. When I first seen
Oh,
the picture,
my God,
I thought it was Katy Perry.
I seen that picture and was one of those. Oh, hey, big head, like one of those. Oh,
Hey,
my God.
so
Why y'all gassing
Hold
that
on.
girl?
So
Nah,
Juice
bro.
is saying
Don't
no
look
bake.
good.
Juice
She
saying no
looks
bake.
No,
right?
no.
bake. So you say
no,
bake?
no. That's
Wait,
not.
Jay.
Hold on. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying no bake. I'm just simply saying she did look good in that picture.
So
but
what
with
are
that
you
being
saying?
said, nigga,
Gas.
is that cultural appropriation? Like,
Of
she
course.
did look good.
How,
Like,
bro?
She got a black
every-
boyfriend now though.
But a lot of people
Jamaican.
do. A lot of people do different things. So you got white people making rap music. That's cultural appropriation.
Yes.
You got black people making country music. You got black people making rock and
We
roll.
made
You got all
country.
different types of things.
We
So with
made
that
rock.
being said,
We may
what's
right.
appropriate?
So
I don't think that's cultural appropriation. She said at this time she will be going to Carnival. If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah,
that's
she
what
was
the
at a
caption
carni-
said.
she was at Carnival.
So when I listen to Adele's music or when I watch her style, for the most part, when I watch her through her career, I've never seen her try to act black. She don't try to talk black. She don't try to do anything, whatever. So someone going to a black event and paying homage to
The
the
event,
culture or the
of the
people
event,
of the,
yeah.
of the people at the event
hear you.
is a bake. I'm sorry. And then to me, that's where you got to define the walls of cultural appropriation. So if a white person wears something one time that to give up, you know, to give you know, a shout out to black culture or something like that, or dresses black one time, that means they're a person that's a part of culture appropriation. Like that's who she is. I don't believe that. She said she was trying to go to Carnival. And she dressed like the people that would go to Carnival.
She was at Notting Hill Carnival. No. So in London, they had a carnival in London. So she was there. No, she was at Notting Hill Carnival. So that she was immersed in the culture. There are Asian Jamaicans. There are white Jamaicans who speak patois. You know, they eat the rice and peas. They fire up the jerk. You know, and where is the appropriation when I do it? You know what I'm talking about? It's the same thing. But that me a fire up. Yeah, that was bad. It's bad. It's bad. But when I get my weed jamming, I order my weed jamming in patois.
Shout out to weed jamming.
Shout out weed jamming.
Weed jamming.
My rice and peas.
Oh, well, hold on. Time out real quick. So you do the weed jamming, like you don't do the breakfast. You talking about the actual?
No, I don't do the breakfast. That's that
I
American
never had it in my life
because you American.
Is
and
Ryan
I don't.
for doing the
and I don't do that.
He's black.
You're black. You're not African American. You're black. You're black, and I understand.
Negro.
I understand.
I'm Negro.
He had the Fruity Pebble French toast. I've never had that, but I've had the oxtail.
The oxtail.
I've had the brown stew, the jerk, the rice and peas.
Nigga, that's like from your
cabbage.
granny, nigga. The one and only time I ever ate fucking oxtails with your granny.
Why does Jamaican
One
sound
on each
Irish?
side. Man.
Because you've been drinking this Jameson. Hey,
Oh yeah,
Jameson.
this episode is sponsored and
sponsored by J-Mo.
partly and a little bit by
Two
Jameson.
episodes in, and we got a sponsor, man.
Yeah,
Talk to us
a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
He
paid for the sponsor, but
So bake or no bake? Is Twitter a bake for attacking no deal?
Twitter's bake. I want to just
Twitter's
speak
bake.
to all the purple braid sisters out there, right? Like, I feel it, right? Like, we're tired of not getting credit for things, but people can like cultures and mimic. I went to Japan. I thought I was Japanese for 3 months.
Nigga was Tokyo dripping.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Little Bow Wow.
Hi. Mosh mosh.
Right,
Like,
the Karate Kid and them.
listen. Why can't I like culture and immerse myself in it? Now, where cultural appropriation is dangerous is when you say it's mine. I did these Bantu knots and I call them Adele knots.
Well, I need Adele to make a song with Beyonce then.
But her first video had a
She
brother
still
in
ain't,
it.
Odie, she still ain't made not one song with Beyonce.
Because she's bigger.
She is. I don't disagree.
No race. No racism. I love Beyonce, but
I don't disagree. I believe Adele is a better talent. Voice wise. I think she has a better voice.
No, we've had this argument.
Adele has a better voice than Beyonce.
That is a whole nother topic.
That's a cool topic. That's the big topic of the day. Let's keep it.
You said
Adele
Adele's
has
bigger?
Tune in
Adele
next
has
week for that
a-
one.
No, you
Adele
think
has a
Adele's a bigger artist than
I
Beyonce?
said Adele has a better,
She has a better
voice
voice.
than Beyonce. That's all I said. That's all I'm saying here.
I'm sorry, black people.
Look at that
Baker, no
reaction.
bake,
Look at that
right?
reaction.
Baker, no bake.
She does though.
Baker,
Hey,
Baker, no
hey,
bake.
hey, on
right?
God,
Is
on-
Twitter a Baker now?
Twitter's baked though.
Yeah, Twitter's a bake. They're bake.
Overall, I'm gonna just say yeah because Twitter's just baking.
They just overreact on- yeah.
Twitter roasts anybody. Twitter
I don't
roasts you
think so.
for
Twitter's
saying
not
She
a
having
looked
bake.
crazy though. I
All
didn't
right,
think she
so
looked
wait a
good
minute.
like
Go
y'all
ahead
thought. She looked
and
crazy.
Oh
ahead.
no,
Go
no,
right there
no,
to that shelf
no,
and grab
no.
that hat.
Hold on.
I do agree with that. Twitter is not a bake. Twitter is not a bake for this because this is second nature for Twitter. This is what Twitter is for. So they're not a bake. This is normal. So I agree with Wayman on that. I
Hey,
agree with that.
look, you two.
I
I
agree.
want y'all to get
Boom.
can one of y'all give me an extra bake hat because we need two for both of these bakes.
Yeah.
We gonna split that 50-50, nigga. We all
Let
good.
her
We
eat
all
her
good.
rice and peas.
All right, so
Wait,
check
wait.
this out. Bake or no bake. Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, is he a bake for not taking the plea? They offered, he ended up taking the $10 million. 10 years versus probation if he would have said that Breonna Taylor was actually involved with what they wanted. Is
This is
bake or
her
no bake?
ex-boyfriend, right?
No, this is her.
No, it's her
ex-boyfriend.
ex-boyfriend, right?
Who
Correct.
was
Yeah.
involved in
I think what
Well-
that man did defines, gives you the definition of how not to be a bake. There is absolutely nothing bake about what he did. And shout out to that dude. I don't know your name.
I have a question.
King.
I'm
but
sorry.
you are a king,
And
and,
he-
you are
and-
the definition of not being a bake.
And real quick, I did just see something. Quote me if I'm wrong, but he did just file a lawsuit against them for arresting him in the first place.
That's
so-
the other boyfriend.
So-
She got
Oh,
two
okay, my
boyfriends.
bad.
So
Correct me if I'm wrong.
which boyfriend took the
Yes,
plea
he-
or didn't take the plea? I'm sorry.
So ex-boyfriend was the drug dealer, the reason they raided the house.
Correct.
Right? Current boyfriend was the shooter, who they arrested and released after social media presence.
Shout out to that brother.
New boyfriend is suing for being arrested for self-defense. Old boyfriend, he was already done. That's why they came to her house. He was already figured out the feds was already on him. They thought he was at her crib.
The only bakes in that situation are the police.
And
and all of the people that's in office in Kentucky,
Attorney General, a black
the
man
cops that have killed
who
Breonna
spoke
Taylor.
at the RNC with Way J for $150K.
Yes, sir. Pay me my money.
You feel me?
All hundreds.
Those are the bakes in the situation. That man is a martyr. He's a king, and I mean, because the easy way is, hey, she's dead.
Ryan,
so she's not going to jail.
Ryan, what'd you say? You said bake or no bake?
Ryan want to go home.
Nah. Overall, I'm gonna definitely just go with I'm gonna go with bake.
Hold on, he's a bake for not taking the
Bake. No, I'm seeing.
Ryan
no,
Twitter,
no.
YouTube. Ryan want to go home. Ryan said, "I got kids. I want to go home."
No.
He said, "Brianna gone. Brianna ain't here no more. Okay." She ain't.
Nah, ain't nothing like that. But yeah. Forgive me for that. He is definitely not a bake. So with that being said,
what'd you say, Wade?
For sure.
He's definitely not a bake, man. At the end of the day, that's something that we all applaud. That's something that we all strive to be. You know, I said last week that you know if my wife tried to leave me, I'll shoot her, man. This is a direct correlation in my opinion because at the end of the day, you know, I'm a ride for mine. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And the ones that I love, I'm gonna do everything to keep them, and I'm gonna do everything to protect them. And he did everything he could to protect her name.
What do we give people when they get four not bakes? We gotta come up with something else for them too. But when you got a bake, you get a loaf or something. You get a loaf of bread.
You didn't clear the no bake zone, nigga. You were
no bake cheesecake, nigga. No bake cheesecake.
Yes, sir. Straight from the cheesecake.
Quick question. How long do you think he thought about it though? He sat there like, nigga. Probation?
You said, wait, I don't got to go in?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He probably, I would at least called her mama like, hey, Mama Breonna Taylor.
Listen up.
He called his mama. He was like,
I'm not. Nah, I ain't call her mama. I'm going to call her mama like, mama,
this is the
you know
case.
I loved your daughter, right?
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But this is what they giving me.
What you think?
Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor.
Hello.
Please. Yesterday.
Bar.
Yesterday.
Period.
All right, we got one more, y'all. Bake or no bake? Nicki Minaj did a song with 6ix9ine. Bake or no bake?
Bake. You are a bake, Nicki. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, and I think this goes back to what we was talking about on the last episode too. You know what I mean? Hip hop has always been associated with the streets, in my opinion, from what I've seen.
Yes.
It always has been. And then this kind of goes into, you know, selling out, you know, as well. You know what I mean? Tying into that because we've had that conversation with other topics. Yes, I definitely think she's a bake. I feel like, you know, for her to do a song with somebody that did all that snitching, I think he had it out over 70 years. You know what I'm saying? A lot of mamas is crying and stuff like that.
Clout.
Hold on real quick. So with that being said, before he started the snitching and title telling and all of that shit, was it okay for her to be doing a song with this pretty much fake ass gangster rainbow haired nigga? Was that okay in the beginning?
I mean, his gangster was tested and he held it down for at that time. You couldn't say much. He was in every city. Now he works for the feds and he's trying to provoke these Chicago rappers to get cases. But I mean, he was in every city. He was, when they ran up, they ran down. He shot at Chief, you know. So before that, you get your points. But
okay, all right.
When it's clout, it's a problem.
There's different levels. I think there's different degrees to being a bake. I feel like he was a bake before he started snitching.
Absolutely.
But the degree of bake that you go to where you can call someone else to be a bake for doing a song with you, he was not at that level prior to snitching. Okay. But once he started snitching, he went to ultra, Thanos levels of bakeness.
Okay, but is she canceled? Is she canceled?
And where his bakeness is transferred to you if you touch him, man.
I think she's a bake because her career was already kind of
that is a great point. That is a great point that I wanted to mention. So with that being said, does that play a part as to why she's hanging on to 6ix9ine?
If it was go time, she's not doing that.
It intensifies her it intensifies her bakeness.
Yeah, is Meg doing it? No, but 6ix9ine has a lot of fans where it's like, you know what? It's okay. His fans are okay with snitching. They'll be okay with my track. It went gold. It went platinum. At the end of the day,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
They already don't like me. They like Meg more. So let me get my platinum plaque with 6ix9ine. I can't knock it, but it's bake. It's selling out. But
like my boy Ryan said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I think that's a great way to wrap it up. I am your favorite uncle. This is the No Bake Zone podcast, and I'm your favorite uncle, Uncle John. I'm here with my boy.
It's your boy, overly dedicated Odie.
And my guy.
And I am your boy, Official Juice. We out here. I appreciate everybody for tuning in.
And this is your boy, Coach Way. Now I'm gonna flip it up, Way J, if you nasty. And I'm gonna finish with a quote from my boy, brother Nuri Muhammad. And he says, "What we don't have is a direct correlation of what we don't know." So how about we start educating ourselves, and we gonna start right here with the No Bake Zone.
Stop being ignorant, niggas.
Stop being ignorant. You know,
That's all it is. That's all it is. And we do appreciate you guys
No
for
Bake
tuning
Zone.
in to the new No Bake
No
Zone.
Bake Zone.
You guys
No
can tune
Bake
in
Zone.
every
Oh,
Wednesday at 3 p.m. We drop every Wednesday at 3 p.m. So go ahead, tune in. Follow us on Instagram at No Bake Zone Podcast. Follow us on YouTube at No Bake Zone Podcast. The whole shabam boo. Shout out to my boy Punch. Shout out to Cool Ass Cam. Shout out to Innovative Culture. We all love y'all. Peace.